Hey there, what's up guys? My name is Deputy Dutch. I am a Twitch streamer, and I'm also an avid 5M player, as well as a lead developer for a community called White Collar Roleplay. And just recently, we had switched over to a framework that I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with, and I'm actually going to be going over the setup process for vRP, the second rendition thus far. And just going to open this up right quick and share a little something with you. Keaton, I'm assuming is how it's said, had put this up. This is absolutely correct. As far as I'm aware, as long as you follow these directions here, you should be able to get your server up and going relatively easily. But I'm going to go through the process with you guys on how to do this, and hopefully it will be of great help to you. So what we're going to do is I'm going to actually open up connection to my remote box. It's going to look kind of untidy because, you know, lots of stuff all over the place. I apologize for that. But let's see. We're going to close, and close all of that out. And what we're actually looking at here is the documentation for vRP. Now, the first thing that you're going to want to do, obviously, is that you're actually going to want to go and get the Citizen FX server. If you've already got this, then you should be able to skip ahead probably 2-3 minutes. But you're going to click here, download server, after going to 5m.net. It's going to take you to this right here. You're going to click on the artifacts. And you're always going to want to go to the newest one, which it looks like right here they have one for yesterday. So you want to go here, you want to click on this, you want to click on the server.zip. I have a whole slew of them already. If you're just starting out, I would actually suggest that you join a community rather than trying to start your own server, as there's hundreds of servers. There's literally hundreds of them. There's no reason to have another one. So in any case, what you're going to want to do is make sure that it just has, you know, server.zip. Since I already have it, I'm just going to replace it, and we're going to minimize that, and I'm going to open up my file explorer, go to my downloads, and server.zip is right here. Open that up, and then just for argument's sake, we're gonna make a new folder on my desktop just for this video, and we're gonna call it vRP. Oh, I forgot, I already have one. Where the heck is it? Yeah, see, I've already got one. Hey, as you can see, I've been practicing. Alright, so we're going to call it vRP. I'm going to open this folder up, and then we're going to open up the server.zip. Go all the way to the bottom here. Shift click. It's going to ask if you really want to do this. Yes, I do. Paste all these files right into this folder. Okay. And now we've got part of what we need. Next, we're actually going to go back, and we're going to go here. And the next thing that you're going to want is you're going to want the CFX server data. Just go over here, download that. Seeing as I already have it, just need to do that real quick. Yes, replace it. And then we're going to open this bad boy up. And a lot of people say to just leave the folder structure the way it is. I honestly, if you want to do it that way, go for it. It's all a matter of preference. The server itself doesn't actually care whether or not you use the CFX data uh, the CFXer data master folder. You can just literally go into that folder, grab the resources folder, stick it in here, boom, bam, you're done. Well, at least somewhat. Anyways, alright, so we have the basis for the vRP server to get started on. Now, next step is going to be actually getting your vRP server, which, let's see, did we already do? Nope, I'm missing a step. Okay, now we're ready for the vRP framework. You go here, you download your zip. Again, I've already downloaded it, so just replace. Yep. Open it. You're going to open this up. You don't need the doc folder. The doc folder is literally all the documentation. You go in here, go into dev. All of these are docs. Every single bit of it. You don't have to grab those. However, I would suggest that you do, just because of the fact that it does have a lot of information. I just wouldn't put it in the vRP server. So we're just going to skip that folder for right now. Let's see. We don't really need the miscellaneous folder either. However, make sure that you get the VoIP server and you get the vRP folder. Those are definitely the most important of all of them. Alright, so we're going to open up our vRP folder. We're going to go into the resources folder, and then we're going to go paste. I'm going to put that right into our resources. Okay, now, here comes the fun part. We're going to have to get a server.cfg. Now, normally, you would have to do some other steps, but I'm going to assume that you already have a server.cfg, and this is just for, something to satisfy the cravings of the newcomer. So, click New, go to Text Document. We're going to delete that completely. We're going to call it server.cfg. It's going to ask if we want to change it. Yes. Now, I already have a program called Visual Studio, or VS Code actually, that opens these for me. So this is not going to be the same for you unless you have Visual Studio Code, or VS Code. And now that the server.cfg stuff that I had copied earlier, I'm just going to Control V, put it in here. And that's going to get the basis for everything for the FX servers startup. Now, at this point, there's a few different ways that we could go. I'm going to take the route that, like I said before, I'm not going to do everything that is required. I'm not going to go to the Keymaster website and all that good garbage. I've already got a key, and I don't particularly feel like going and trying to get everything. So let's see, server.cfg for my server 2, and we're just going to grab the key off of this because why not? Alright. Alright. We'll just go over here. And boop-a-doop. Put that in there. Okay. Now, let's see. Next step. Probably not going to want to have it say FX server. So we'll just say VRP setup tut or tutorial. Why not? We'll just spell it out. Now, one of the things that you'll actually have to do, generally, you want to keep your scoreboard for most any FX server, but we're actually going to comment it out. And the reason being is that the up arrow, which is what the scoreboard normally runs off of, is actually going to be your vRP menu. So you press up on the arrow key, and it's going to open a menu. And you don't want to have the scoreboard in the way, so you just take and you do that. and that gets rid of the issue. Now, there is a scoreboard that's done by vRP that you can put in yourself. I'm not going to be covering that today. I'm literally just going to be covering the basics for getting this up and running. So, alright, we've got the scoreboard. We don't really need to mess with anything else. Just we set up the name. We have the license key. Let's see, what else? Oh, right. Resources. Now, in here, you're going to want to make sure that you set up some configurations. Namely, in the base.lua, you're going to want to make sure that your database says vRP. Depending on what username that you want to have, you're going to want to have the vRP as your username or root, and then whatever password is you want to have set for your database. Now, the easiest way I know how to set up the MySQL and everything that you're going to need for this is going to be a little program called XAMPP. So we're going to go to Google. We're going to tell it to look up XAMPP. XAMPP. You can go here, click on download. Make sure that you download the correct one for your version of Windows. So we have here XAMPP for Windows 7.1. And interesting. Oh, they updated it a little bit. PHP 7.1 should work just fine. You'd be downloading the 64-bit version. This obviously there's no 32-bit version, so in any case, what you'd want to do is you download this XAMPP, and then you would end up with I was unprepared. This little ditty right here, which is the XAMPP control panel. Everything is self-explanatory. It's going to explain everything during the install process, but this is going to be the end result. You're going to end up with an Apache, a MySQL, and a FileZilla. If you want, you can install Mercury and Tomcat. I don't see a point. The only reason that I have FileZilla is because I have FTP access to my machine. But the two main ones that you're going to want is Apache and MySQL. Make sure that you get those installed. The Apache server is going to be tantamount if you plan on having any kind of CAD or anything like that. Otherwise, it might not be the most important thing. But for sure, you're definitely going to want MySQL. So, in my humble opinion, Apache and MySQL tantamount to this process. After you get your MySQL and your Apache servers and everything all set up, you're going to go and you're going to make sure, like I said before, that your database here says vRP. You're going to want to make sure that your user is set up. So let's go through that real quick. If I click admin here, it's going to open up phpMyAdmin. And in order to add a user account, you go to user accounts. And then you can go here to add user account. You would put in the username here. And you're going to want to change this to local. That way it says localhost. Put your password in here or leave it blank. It doesn't matter. It's localhost, so it's not going to require a password. Nobody's going to be able to hack into your database because there isn't going to be any open ports that go to it. And then, of course, you're going to want to make sure to click on global privileges. That way it's able to do everything, because it's going to need to be able to do everything. Anyways, after you go through that, that will be the end of that for your database. Now, there's no SQL file. There's nothing like that. And it literally goes through and it creates all the tables for you. If if the database itself is not there, from my understanding, is supposed to create it for you. If you have a problem to where it does not create that database for you, then you would just need to go in and create the database. It's very simple. I also suggest getting Heidi SQL. You can Google it. It's a great program. It's free. Honestly feel like this is probably one of the better programs, in my opinion, to use for setting up databases. As you can see, I already have my database here. Alright, let's see. Next step. Okay, so we've gotten most of it set up, right? We've gone through, we've gotten the vRP resources, everything. We've set up the FX server so that it should run. So that should be it, right? I mean, we should be able to hit run and everything should be copacetic. Yeah, kind of. At this point, I would say you could probably go in and click the FX server button right here and let it run just by itself. That way it creates these right here. But beyond that, I wouldn't go any further because you still need to do a little bit of setup in order for vRP to actually work. For one, you need a batch script file, which I already have one of. And I'm sure that I could probably include some batch scripts in a paste bin in the link, like a link in the description for a paste bin for this. Unfortunately, it's going to be, missing some. Oh no, I'm sorry. It wouldn't have to be missing any info. This is just a batch file anyway. All right, so I'm going to go here, and I'm going to find my run server.bat. I'm just going to copy that bastard, bring it over here, paste it, and we're going to go and open this with my code. It's very simple. It's nothing super spectacular. Just need to make sure that it's pointing to the correct place. So for this particular situation, I would need to have it point to C users administrator desktop vRP. And let's see. So C users administrator. God, I gotta go look and look at this. Desktop. vRP. Now, I'm sure that there's probably a whole bunch of people that are all screaming, "You need to capitalize." Well, I like to go back through and do that afterwards, so, yeah. Screw you and the grammar Nazi you wrote in on. Okay. We're going to save that. That should be all set now. Oh, you know what? I forgot to do something. I forgot to do something. Oh, yeah. Boom. Okay. Now it should be good. Now that we've got that set correctly. Now let's go into the correct folders. Let's see. We can just close that out. So now we have our run server.bat. We're going to open up our server.cfg because I did skip a step on accident. Didn't mean to, guys. Didn't mean to. I'm going to make a commented line, not a $sign, commented line, call it vRP. And I'm going to go start vRP. don't know why I just capitalized that. Why is it? Oh, I know why. You suck. Oh God, I can't do it today, guys. I can't do it. All right, so there's a few other things that we're gonna need to grab, and those are pretty important. We're gonna actually come back here, and we are going to hit up the. Oh, where is it? Haha, funny. So, I apparently suck at this. We're just gonna, boom, do that. Go to the bottom, because that is the, oh, quicker way to do it. There we go. Okay, close enough. So, you're gonna want this. It is the gmati mysql.zip. Gonna download that. Yep, that is the correct version. Gonna copy it. Gonna take and go to the resources. You're gonna paste that bad boy in there. Oh, you suck. You suck, you suck. This happens every so often. So, don't panic. Don't panic. Literally, just gotta re-download it. Wait a couple seconds. Open it up. Copy. Watch it make a liar out of me. Watch it make a liar out of me. Yep. It made a liar out of me. Well, that's okay, though. Because I know of a quick way to fix that. Literally. Extract here. Oh, you know what? You suck. I can't believe it did that to me. Oh gosh. Guys, I'm batting 1,000 right now. I really am. I am batting 1,000. Watch it give me another. Oh, nope. Okay. So, after all of the hoop throwing, the hoopla, we've now got this. We're going to set this up real quick. We need to go into these settings.xml. Make sure that your use convars is off. Server is set to localhost. Port stays the same. Database needs to change to vRP. The username needs to change to whatever username you plan on using. Password needs to change to whatever you plan on using. And then you don't need the debug on, so you can change that to false. And then we can save this and close it up. And now that is set to go. Now the next thing that we're going to need to do is go and get the vRP driver, which is, oh, I'm sorry, no, my bad. There's an edit to a scheduler.lua that needs to be done. So what you can do is you can take and you can click up at the top, go all the way to the bottom, making sure that you copy all of this. And then we're going to go to the main folder, Citizen, Scripting, Lua, and then there's a scheduler.lua. Now, I am a stickler for backups, so I made a backup folder, copied the original and then pasted it in there. I suggest you do the same. Then you can open up your scheduler.lua and bloop, and paste. Oh, it didn't work. Why didn't it work? Why did it not work? Copy. Oh, I know why. Because I copied that file. Alright. Now we have the edited scheduler.lua. So we can save that. We can close that out. That's done. We go back. And here is the last part. The DB driver. vRP, Gmodi, MySQL. It is somewhat important. Somewhat. So we download that. Open it up. We're going to copy that bad boy. And we're going to go to the resources folder. And we're going to paste that bad boy in there. And just to make this a little bit quicker, copy. And of course, I don't have it open. Boop. Now, I know what you're thinking, but Dutch, don't you have to start the Gmodi MySQL? No. Nope. The vRP Gmodi MySQL actually starts that for you. So you can completely skip doing that. There's no point whatsoever in doing that. Now, let's see. I feel like I'm skipping something here. Well, what we can do is at this point, we'll run it real quick. As you can see, started everything. However, oh, what do you know? I got the DB to connect right away. Awesome. As you can see, 39 prepares cached, 5 queries cached. Now, we just close that out, because there's no point in that running right this second. Come on. There it goes. Okay. That concludes that part. Now for the fun stuff. The truly fun stuff. The VoIP server, which is probably the most interesting by far of all of the features that vRP2 has, is pretty kick-ass in my opinion. For example, let's see. We'll go here and we'll go to my resources real quick. Make sure that I've got that correct. Yes, okay, cool. Alright. So, I know a lot of you are thinking that this is a resource, but in all actuality, it is not. It is very much far from it. However, it is a server, a VoIP server. It is quite literally what the name states. It is a voice over IP server, and it is going to be used in order to connect your players to each other in phone calls, as well as a police radio, and whatever else that you decide to develop for it. The documentation allows for you to create other channels. You could create an EMS channel if you wanted to. You could create a gang channel if you really wanted to. There is quite literally a whole slew of things that could be done with this. In any case, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. In order to get the VoIP server to function properly, you're going to need to have Node.js. Now, the popular way of installing Node.js is merely that. You go to Google, you go look up Node.js, bam, Node.js. Click on download, and you're going to go to the Windows installer. And you're going to make sure that you get the 64-bit edition. Download that, install it, happy-go-lucky, happy days. It doesn't install a whole lot of packages. In fact, for this part, I had to do everything manually. So I'm going to show you how to do it manually. Granted, it does all the installing for me, but there's this nice little package-lock.json file that you could possibly use in order to get everything that you need. However, we're just going to go through and we're going to go npm. Oh, you know what? I might as well actually show you how I went and did all of this. In your VoIP server folder, you're going to... Oh, it's already there. What do you know? You're going to type in cmd. Like, literally, all you're going to need to do is just do cmd. And that's going to open it in that folder. That's where you want it to be. You don't want it to be anywhere else. And then you're going to type npm space I for install. And then you're going to type wrtc for WebRTC. And it's going to go through the process of installing that package and all of its dependencies. And I do mean all of them. Boom. It's going to give you a bunch of warnings. It's going to say added 69 packages from 27 contributors and audited 98 packages in 7.817 seconds. Pretty fast, right? Alright, now that we've done that, now we're going to go through and we're going to install WebSocket. Now it's the same command, except you're going to change it to WS. So, we go npm I ws, we hit enter. Added 2 packages from 2 contributors and audited 436 packages in 2.427 seconds. I'd say that's pretty good. Now this node modules folder that I put in there has a whole buttload of stuff in it. And believe it or not, it's all required for what we're about to do. Now, we need to go into the config.js. We need to make sure that we open these ports. Now, if you're doing this home-based, you're going to have to get into your router, and you're going to have to do it that way. But I'm not going to go over that today. I apologize. I really do, because it's a bit of a headache to do a home-based. I'm doing this off of a dedicated server, so I'm able to just go to my Windows firewall, open the ports, and call it good. I don't have to deal with any kind of external firewall. In any case, you want to make sure that 4120 WebSocket is open, and then your 10,000 to 11,000 WebRTC range is open. If for some reason it's having trouble finding its own IP, you can uncomment this line right here, and it somehow fixes it. I'm not entirely sure what happens, but it somehow fixes it. In any case, once you've done that, you're going to go back to vRP folder, the resource for the framework. You're going to go to the CFG, and you're going to go to your audio.lua. And there, you're going to make sure that you change this, because this will not work. You cannot use localhost right there. You actually have to put in your public IP address for your server box. I've already set this up once before, so we're just going to go 69.30.202.162. That right there is my public IP. Now, I'm sure that there's probably going to be a whole bunch of people going, oh my god, you're advertising your IP. Yeah? Okay. Try and DDoS me. Oh, please don't. Oh, please. I'm begging you, don't do it. Don't do it. It'd be so bad. Anyways, all joking aside, this right here will ensure that your VoIP server will actually be able to accept connections. So, save that, close it, go back to the resources folder, open up the VoIP server, and now we're going to come back to this command window one last time. Now, the only thing left to do in order to get the VoIP server to actually function is to type in node main.js, and that will execute the server. Oh, uh-oh. Right, of course. Right, of course. 1 second. I forgot. I already have one running. So, I'll just close that one for now. Which, that's completely fine in my opinion. We all goof every so often. So, like I was saying, node main.js, boom, server started. And it shows you what the WebSocket and the WebRTC range is. And if you have ICE servers that are enabled, it'll show them down below. So far as I'm aware, the ICE servers are not necessary. But that right there is the long and short of it. That is everything. You should be able to go into your vRP server, go here, click on the run server.bat, and that's it. It is now running. We're going to open up 5M real quick. And we're going to type in the IP address to my machine, and it should show up. Servers. We're going to do that. Actually, we'll just direct connect to it. We'll just direct connect. vRP setup tutorial. What do you know? Connect. Handshake to the server. Connecting the server. Of course, I don't have anything actually, set up for a loading screen or anything, so this is what it shows. Oh, boom. And there it is. Fully working, fully running vRP server in the loading process. Now, I already have a database hooked to this, so this is not where you would normally show up. And my EUP, of course, tried to load. Oh, gosh. I will actually, real quick, show you where you would normally show up. So, this little castle icon here, this is where you would normally appear at. So, let's go. We're gonna go TP to marker. Oh man, that's actually really freaking cool. I've never actually done a TP to marker before. I wasn't expecting it to give me a parachute and have me drop from all the way up here. You can see the city hall as it's, as I'm plummeting towards the ground. Oh god, this is gonna really suck. I'm gonna hit the ground, I'm gonna instantly go into a coma. But that's okay. All I gotta do, let's see. Where is it? Where is it? Oh gosh. Apparently, I can't heal myself. Oh god, this is too much. This is just too much. So in 30 seconds, I'll be able to get up from this coma. Well, actually, I'll be able to go to the hospital from this coma. But yeah, this is normally the place that you would show up. You would be down there in front of the city hall and not lying on top of it dead. Or, well, in a coma anyways. Oh god, this is too much. It's too much. It's too much. So I just hit the space bar. It's gonna put me some random spot, and then here we are. Oh, I thought it was gonna take me to the hospital. I guess not. Well, in any case, it doesn't matter. So here we are. This is where you would normally appear when you first spawn in. To the left is your identities. To the right is your gender picker thingier. And that's it. That is how you set up a vRP2 server. Hope you guys enjoyed everything. Hopefully it wasn't too confusing. If you have any questions or anything, be sure to leave a comment. Smash that like button, because I'm going to be putting this, definitely going to be putting this up on YouTube. That way everybody will be able to enjoy, hopefully, some vRP. Alright guys, take it easy.